You guys, talk to me a little bit about, for folks that haven't heard you on the broadcast before, tell us a little bit about the RETCHED. Tell us a little about it.
Well, I'm a solo artist. I do everything myself because it's just easier for me not to depend on 4 other dudes, you know. Yeah. And it's good that way, and sometimes it's not. But I mean, I do what I do because if I don't do it this way, it's not going to get done, you know. And later on, when when I get the whole album and it's ready for a full set, I might think about trying to get other members in, because then I'll have something solid to say, okay, this is serious, we're not messing around, and if you're going to do this, this is what we're committing to. If not, that's okay too, but you know, I'm committed to it because it's my thing. I've invested my entire world in this, basically. I mean, you know, I've invested a lot of money in equipment, and I'm not playing, you know. I mean, I know I'm not the greatest musician in the world, but it doesn't matter. You know, the fact is I got something I want to put out there, and the only way to do it is this way I'm doing it. I mean, there's other ways too. There's plenty of other ways, but this avenue I took was the avenue I chose. So it works for me, you know, but it's not easy. Well, let me tell you, it's not easy at all. You know, there's times where like yesterday, man, I was losing my crap because I was just like, what? You know, I mean, it's not a super complicated song, but there's weird little timing changes, and they're not even like you know, Mr. Metal, technical metal. That's not me at all. I mean, I'm very basic and simple riffing and stuff, but I just kept losing my spot. Like, oh man, no, that, and there's little tiny accents that just have to hit, you know, and if they don't hit when they're supposed to, it's like, oh, that just ruins it. So, you know, anyway, so I've been wrestling a lot with this song. I mean, I can't believe how much I'm wrestling with it, but it's okay, as now pretty much I got everything done except for the drums and vocals now, and then I'll mix and master it and send it on its way to the label. They asked me not to give any more sneak previews, so I'm going to have to follow that, you know, just because that's kind of the way things are done. So anyway, but yeah, I would love to, you know, I would be dying to, but, you know, I better not, because, you know, it's, but it doesn't translate well when you try to put it on this little microphone here and you go, look, it doesn't come out good anyway, so it just comes out like a bunch of garbled mess anyway, so it doesn't really do.
So talk to us a little bit about some of the feedback you've gotten on this so far, and just some of the different things you've been hearing from folks.
So far, it's all been pretty positive. I really haven't come across nothing really negative. I mean, I think I may have only seen like 1 thumbs down on the video for Horrific, because I remastered and mixed the whole thing since the last time I spoke with you, because I kind of messed it up first time. So I realized the mistakes I made, and I had to correct them and stuff. And so I put out a new video with the song. The new video is pretty cool, actually. It looks like a movie. You know,
that's awesome.
All doomsday.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So besides all this, what else have you been up to, my friend? Talk to us about some of the different things that's going on with you.
Oh, just working hard, man. I mean, I'm a millwright at a mining operation, and I do that to feed myself and my family, and that's always crazy, and just, you know, trying to keep up with the chores around the house, and, you know, trying to do everything, man. It's quite a job.
We have got a great guest with us today. Wretched joins us live here on our big broadcast. So you've got this Horrific, which is basically an old school thrash metal type song. What's been the feedback you've gotten from folks that are into that kind of music?
So far, it's all been good. I mean, I've gotten a lot of good feedback. Got a lot of plays on YouTube, and still working. I've had some issues with my distribution because I tried to do this wonderful Brainiac move that didn't really work very well with me. We're using 2 distributors. One was the label I'm working with, the Sliptrick Records. They're really good people. But we tried to like merge the digital side of things with another distributor, which I won't name, but it just seemed to be very counterproductive. So
yeah,
that I decided to drop everything off of.
Well, I'll tell you, you've put some you've put some really good stuff here together with everything that you're doing, and you're making some headway, and definitely making some stuff happen. So, what is the plan over the next couple weeks, next couple months for you and Wretched?
Well, actually, I'm the only member of Wretched. So, but yeah, I'm going to get a 7-inch vinyl pressed after I finish producing this song. It's called What Kind of World? And the song's about modern day, it's like a present day average working person. Let's call him a dude. And he's asking himself, like,
let's call him a dude. There you go.
What he goes, what kind of world did we inherit, man? It's like everything's all jacked up, and it's now we can't share it. It's like it's the without getting too deep into that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The source of it is like, the world needs to change because it's just completely ruined right now. And it's about a guy looking around and just asking himself, like, what kind of world did we inherit anyway? And it's about, like, that and the politicians and the corporate structure, you could say, manipulating things and ruining a lot of things for us common folk, And
yeah.
so I put a song together like that.
Fantastic. Well, let's do this. I'm going to put you on a brief hold here on Skype. We're going to play some of your music. And
okay.
when we come back, we will have more with Wretched here on our big broadcast, coast to coast. It's the Jiggy Jaguar Experience, top of our number. That was Wretched. Horrific. And they join us this week here on our big broadcast. It is hour number 2 of the world-famous Jiggy Jaguar radio broadcast. We're going to go back live to Wretched. They join us here on our big broadcast. So, finishing up with you, David, talk to us a little bit about just the album and how we can find you on social media, websites, all these places. David, tell us all about it.
All right. Well, if you go to sliptrickrecords.com, that's where a lot of the music will be. It'll also be on streaming platforms everywhere. Also, you asked earlier what's been going on. There's going to be a CD release. It's good. They're going to press 2,000 copies, and
wow.
And it's going to go all over the world. It's going to go all over Europe. It's going to go to Japan. It's going to go to the Netherlands, Northern and Southern America, Australia, New Zealand. It's going to go pretty far. So I'm quite curious to see how that ends up, and hopefully that'll be good. And in the meantime, I'm going to press this new release coming out. It is vinyl. It's a 7-inch vinyl that we're going to do. I'm not too sure how many copies are going to be made yet. Also, the details aren't worked out yet. But as far as what we're going to do is we've agreed to go ahead and make a 7-inch vinyl and press it and put it out there with Sliptrick Records. So that's going to be pretty interesting as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. Instagram is Solo Artist for Wretched, or actually, Wretched Metal Solo Artist is my Instagram handle. I more or less hang out on Instagram because Instagram's a lot easier than most of the stuff. But I do go to Twitter too, and I got Twitter, I got SoundCloud, my releases are on SoundCloud as well. Also on my website for recht-metal.com. That's more like because I don't really sell a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't have much merch yet. I did, but I ran out, and so I haven't been moving anything off of my websites or nothing. Bandcamp also, I'm on Bandcamp too, so you can see all my stuff there too.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Messiah, the Overlord Messiah is the first EP that my old mates and I made long time ago, about in '88. And it was never released. So by then, I lost contact with all the guys, and I said, here's this nice album that was never released, and it's just been discarded. So I ended up releasing it years ago. Well, since then, about 7 or 8 years ago now, and since then I put a small amount of releases out with Alone Records at first. And in the meantime, I was looking for my old bandmates. Well, I found 2 of the guys that wrote the music, and so my guitar player Logan Micaiah and Doug Jackson, the singer, I finally got a hold of them, and we've been talking. And so I got with them, and I said, "Look, man, Sliptrick Records wants to release this EP, but I don't want to do it unless you guys are on board, so you guys can get royalties, because I've been looking for you for 7 years."
That is awesome.
And it was a trip because it blew their mind. Like, here, all of a sudden, I pop out of the woodwork. Hey, remember that record we did? Well, this, and this, and they're all like, what in the hell's going on? It blew their minds, But I mean, I've been searching for them ever since, because I didn't want to just put it out there and not try to find them, But it took a long time. And then finally, they were right under my nose the whole time. This person I've known all this time, finally it clicked, and they go, "Oh, that's so and so," and they go, "He's over there," and so I got a hold of them, and the rest is history. So now we're waiting to release that CD. It's on the way. I don't know what the release date is because there's been so many changes in between. As I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to do this release, how am I going to include the guys, and blah blah blah. So I went round and round and round about a bunch of options, and finally figured one out. And so we finally got it together. And so anyway, it's on the way to the presses. I'm going to get a word pretty soon about when it's going to be released, but when it does, it'll be all over the regular streaming platforms like iTunes, Deezer, the list goes on and on, but it'll be on every streaming platform there is, pretty soon. And so Horrific's out now. So Horrific's been released already by Sliptrick Records. And so, again, that was like I had it out there, then I had to pull it down, and then I had to re-release it through Sliptrick Records alone because of that distribution problem I had. It wasn't so much of a distribution problem, but it was like I couldn't make the most of my marketing plan that I have with Sliptrick Records, and I've invested a lot with them. So it would be a shame for me to not benefit 100% off of my marketing plan that I put money into. So after seeing that I wasn't getting too far with doing that merge thing with the digital because there was a lot of conflicts, and so I said, you know what, this is nothing but counterproductive. Let's start over. Let's have you guys handle everything, forget about everything else. And so they said, yeah, let's do it. And so that worked out better. So that's how I'm going to do things from now on, and forget about all that other stuff.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We have got a great guest with us today. He joins us live here on our big broadcast. So before we let you go, once again, how do people find you online and consume your music, my friend?
Just go to any streaming platform, whatever your favorite streaming platform is. So Google or put it in the search box, Wretched, Horrific. It should pop up. Also, go to Bandcamp if you like. Go to SoundCloud. That's Wretched01. SoundCloud.com/Wretched01. You'll see all my stuff there. But basically, it's gonna be all over the place. So, anywhere you look, you'll find it if you really want to find it. I mean, even if you Google, Wretched, the solo artist for Wretched, and you Google it, you'll find a whole bunch of press releases online. Right online. Just Google it up and say, who is the solo artist for Wretched? And all this media will pop up, and all this stuff. I mean, even stuff I was surprised to see, because one day I was curious, and I did that just to see what would happen. And all the past, pretty much almost all of the past interviews and things I've done, at least more than half of them were still. So that was surprising, So I do have an internet presence, just not there. It is what it is.
Well, you definitely have hit a home run with this latest track. I really appreciate you making time for us today. Thanks for coming on and chatting with us, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you, sir.
Brother, I appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Have yourself a wonderful day. There he goes. That's David and Wretched with us today here on our big broadcast. So we are going to do this. We are going to go back in, and we have got our next guest going to be firing up here in just a few moments. And if you want to get a hold of us online, you can do so over there at Jiggy Jaguar.